Stop explaining yourself to demons in people. You know those people who show up in your life not with love or support, but with judgment, with cruelty, with negativity? They walk in like they're entitled to drag you down to their level. And you find yourself explaining, defending, justifying who you are, what you do, why you believe what you believe. You tell them your reasons. You tell them your dreams. You try to prove that you're worth something, that you matter. But let me ask you this. Why do you keep explaining yourself to people who've already decided that they don't want to see you for who you really are? Why do you waste your energy on people who can't even see the light in their own souls, let alone in yours? You've been explaining yourself to the wrong people for far too long. You've been trying to convince people who have no intention of understanding you, no desire to see you for who you truly are. You find yourself defending your decisions, justifying your actions, and constantly seeking validation from those who are not only unwilling to give it, but are actively looking to tear you down. And why? Why do you keep giving your energy to those who don't deserve it? Why do you keep explaining yourself to demons and people? You've probably been raised to believe that if you explain yourself enough, if you justify your actions and intentions clearly enough, people will understand you. They'll see your worth, your heart, and the reason behind what you do. But here's the hard truth. Some people are simply not capable of understanding you. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because their hearts are closed off, their minds are clouded by judgment, and their egos are too fragile to accept anyone who doesn't fit their narrow view of the world. So you keep explaining, trying to get them to see the real you, the one beneath the surface. You tell them your story, your reasons, your struggles, your dreams. You bend over backward, trying to make them understand. But with each explanation, you lose a little more of yourself. You lose your peace, your energy, your joy. You give, and they take and take, but they never truly see you. They never truly understand. Having been given limited ways to think and feel you're asking tonight. They're too busy projecting their own insecurities, fears, and bitterness onto you. And all you're doing is feeding their demons. These demons aren't the kind you read about in books or see in movies. No. The demons in people come in many forms. The ones who try to bring you down with their negativity. The ones who feed off your vulnerability. The ones who refuse to support your growth because they're stuck in their own limitations. They are the people who criticize you for being different, for daring to dream, for refusing to conform to their toxic expectations. They want you to shrink, to stay small, to stay in the box they've created for you. Because if you grow, if you rise above, it makes them face the fact that they're not doing the same with their own lives. But here's the thing you need to understand. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe anyone an apology for being true to who you are. You don't have to justify why you choose peace over chaos, why you choose kindness over anger, why you choose to walk away from toxic relationships or situations. Your choices are yours, and they are valid. You are not here to live by anyone else's rules or expectations. Number 3, and this is really the key to transformation, Shu. Allow this to go. You're here to live your own truth, to chase your own dreams, and to create a life that is meaningful to you. The demons in people want to make you question yourself. They want to make you feel guilty for not fitting into their version of who you should be. They will criticize your decisions, belittle your achievements, and try to convince you that you're not good enough. They'll manipulate you into thinking that your worth is tied to their approval. And they'll make you feel like you owe them some kind of explanation, some kind of proof that you are worthy of success, love, and happiness. But the truth is, their approval means nothing. Why should you waste your time explaining yourself to someone who has no intention of understanding. Why should you spend one more minute trying to get approval from someone who would rather see you fail than see you succeed? Stop trying to prove your worth to people who aren't even capable of recognizing it. The only person you need to explain yourself to is the person in the mirror. You owe it to yourself to live authentically, to make choices that align with your values, and to stand firm in your truth without the need for anyone else's validation. It's time to stop trying to change people's minds about you. It's time to stop chasing approval from those who don't matter. Stop explaining your dreams to people who will never see the vision you have for your life. You are not here to convince anyone of your worth. You are here to live it. And that's what the demons and people can't stand, the fact that you are unapologetically you. They want you to be small, to be weak, to be fearful. They want you to explain away your greatness so they can feel better about their own mediocrity. But you, my friend, are meant for more. You are meant to rise above the negativity, above the judgment, above the hate. And the only way you'll ever do that is by stopping the explanations. Stop justifying your decisions. Stop defending your boundaries. Stop feeling guilty for cutting toxic people out of your life. You don't need to explain your choices to anyone who isn't willing to respect them. You are not here to serve other people's insecurities. You are not here to make others comfortable with your success or your peace. You are here to walk in your own power, to rise above the noise, and to show the world what's possible when you stop explaining yourself to those who can't see your worth. The demons and people will never go away. There will always be those who try to tear you down, who try to make you question yourself, who try to make you feel small, but you don't have to engage with them. You don't have to explain yourself to them. Let them stay in their darkness while you step into the light, your truth, your greatness. Remember this. You are worthy of everything you desire. You don't need to explain why you deserve success, love, or happiness. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. Your worth is not up for debate. It's time to stop explaining yourself. It's time to stop seeking validation from those who will never see you for who you truly are. It's time to live your life unapologetically, knowing that you are enough just as you are. So stop explaining. Stop defending. Stop justifying. You owe no one anything but the freedom to be yourself. And that, my friend, is more than enough. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Let that sink in for a moment. Think about how many times you found yourself trying to justify your actions, your decisions, your beliefs. Think about how many times you felt the need to explain why you do what you do, why you believe what you believe, why you've made the choices you've made. You've done it because you thought it was necessary, that somehow it would make people understand you better, that it would make them see the real you. But here's the harsh reality. You don't owe anyone. When you start to realize this truth, it's like a weight being lifted off your shoulders. You're not here to meet everyone else's expectations. You're not here to make others feel comfortable with the life you've chosen. You don't need to explain your worth to anyone. Your decisions are your own, and they are valid because they come from your heart, your soul, and your experience. You don't need permission to live your life. You don't need approval from anyone. The only person you need to answer to is yourself. How many times have you apologized for being who you are, for chasing your dreams, for setting boundaries, for choosing peace over drama, for walking away from toxic people? How many times have you explained why you needed to prioritize yourself, your health, your happiness, your future? And how many times has that explanation fallen on deaf ears, or worse, been met with judgment or criticism? You didn't need to explain any of it. You don't owe anyone an apology for living your truth. Your journey is yours alone. When you start to give explanations to people who don't understand you, who don't support you, who don't care about your growth, you're essentially giving away pieces of your power. You're diminishing your own self-worth by believing that their opinion matters more than your own. And that's not how it should be. No one else's opinion of you holds more weight than your own opinion of yourself. You are not defined by what others think of you. You are not defined by what others think of you. You are defined by what you think of yourself, by how you carry yourself, by the integrity with which you live your life. People will always try to put you in a box, label you, or tell you how you should live. But here's the truth. You don't have to fit into anyone's box. You don't need to meet anyone's standard of success or happiness. The only standard that matters is the one you set for yourself. When you stop explaining yourself to others, when you stop seeking their approval, you give yourself the freedom to be who you truly are, without apology, without explanation, without justification. There will always be people who criticize you. There will always be people who question your decisions, who judge your actions, who misunderstand your intentions. But you don't need to justify yourself to them. You don't need to explain why you're making the choices you're making, why you're walking away from something that no longer serves you, why you're standing firm in your boundaries. Their opinion doesn't define your reality. Their understanding of you doesn't determine your worth. When you choose to live for yourself, when you choose to walk your own path, you will face resistance. People won't always understand your journey. And that's okay. They don't need to. They don't need to understand why you've chosen to take the road less traveled, why you've decided to invest in your own growth, why you've chosen to distance yourself from toxic relationships or situations. It's none of their business. Your life is yours to live. You don't need their permission. You don't need their approval. You don't owe them an explanation. Think about how much energy you've wasted trying to explain yourself to people who will never understand you. Think about how many times you've tried to make them see things your way, only to feel drained, frustrated, and defeated. That energy could have been used to invest in yourself, to move forward, to grow, to become the person you were always meant to be. You don't owe them anything. You don't need their understanding to live your life with purpose. The only thing you need is your own belief in yourself, your own commitment to your goals, and your own love for who you are. There's a certain freedom that comes with releasing the need to explain yourself. It's like taking off a mask and stepping into your own light unapologetically, without hesitation. You are enough just as you are. You don't need to explain why you're worthy of success, why you're worthy of happiness, why you're worthy of love. You already are. You don't need to explain your worth to anyone. You don't owe anyone anything. Your journey is personal. Their opinions, while they may want you to follow a certain path or live up to certain expectations, the only voice that truly matters is your own. You don't need to explain why you're taking the road less traveled. You don't need to justify why you're not living the way others expect you to. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your life. So stop explaining, stop justifying, stop defending yourself. The only person who needs to understand your decisions is you. You are the architect of your life. You are the one who knows your heart, your desires, and your purpose. You don't need anyone else to validate you. The world will never understand your journey the way you do. Stop wasting your energy trying to explain yourself to people who will never get it. Your worth isn't up for debate. Your dreams aren't for anyone to approve. You don't owe anyone anything. Live for yourself. Live your truth. The rest will fall into place. Demons and people come in many forms, and we all encounter them. These aren't the demons you see in movies or read about in fantasy novels, but the real life ones that walk among us, disguised in human form. They show up in the form of negativity, judgment, manipulation, envy, and bitterness. They come in the guise of friends, family members, co-workers, or even strangers. They're the ones who try to steal your joy, dampen your spirit, and make you question your worth. They bring darkness into your light, not because they want to help you, but because they want to drag you into their own misery. The hardest part about dealing with these demons is recognizing them for what they are. Sometimes they wear masks of familiarity, affection, or even concern, but underneath, they are filled with toxicity. Their words are like daggers aimed at your self-esteem. Their actions are manipulative, designed to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel small. and to make you second guess your every move. The demons in people are not interested in your growth. They are only interested in keeping you at their level, in keeping you stuck in the same patterns of negativity and self-doubt. You've probably encountered someone like this in your life. The person who always has something negative to say, the one who belittles your accomplishments, the one who criticizes you for daring to dream big. They want you to play small, to settle, to conform to their limited view of the world. They may try to convince you that your goals are too big, your dreams are unrealistic, or your beliefs are misguided. But here's the truth. Their demons are not your demons. What they say about you, how they try to diminish your worth, is a reflection of their own inner turmoil, not your reality. These demons thrive on your weakness, your vulnerability. They feed off your energy, your uncertainty, and your fear. They want you to stay stuck, to stay small. Because if you grow, if you rise, if you step into your full potential, it forces them to confront their own failures, their own fears, and their own inadequacies. It makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to see that they could be more, they could do more, but they choose not to. And instead of taking responsibility for their own lives, they try to project their limitations onto you. It's important to realize that the demons in people will never give you what you need. They will never give you the love, support, or encouragement that will help you rise. They will only give you doubt, fear, and criticism. They will try to convince you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of success or happiness. They'll tell you that you can't have what you want, that you're not capable of achieving your dreams. And the worst part is, sometimes you start to believe them. You start to let their demons take root in your mind, to shape how you see yourself, to dictate how you feel about your worth. But here's the thing, their demons only have power if you let them. You don't have to engage with them. You don't have to accept their negativity. You don't have to let their words dictate your reality. You don't owe them anything. The moment you start to recognize these demons for what they are, the moment you stop allowing them to control your thoughts and emotions, that's when their power over you begins to fade. The demons in people are not worth your time or energy. You don't have to prove yourself to them. You don't have to explain your worth to them. You don't have to seek validation from someone who is determined to make you feel small. You don't have to seek approval from people who are too busy wrestling with their own demons to ever see your value. You don't need their permission to be great. You don't need their approval to live your life the way you want to. So that means you don't have to seek validation from people. You don't need their approval to live your life the way you want to. When you stop giving these demons your energy, something incredible happens. You begin to reclaim your power. You begin to take control of your own narrative, your own story. You stop letting others define you. You stop letting their negativity shape how you see yourself. You start to see your worth, your potential, your greatness, and you stop allowing anyone to diminish it. The demons and people lose their hold on you the moment you decide to stop engaging with them. Now, that doesn't mean you won't face challenges. You will. That doesn't mean you won't encounter toxic people. You will. But the difference is when you stop feeding into their demons, when you stop giving them your time, your thoughts, your energy, they lose their power over you. They no longer control your emotions or your actions. You can walk away from their negativity without it affecting you. You can move forward with your life, with your dreams, with your vision, knowing that their demons no longer have a say in your journey. It's time to stop letting other people's demons control your happiness. Stop letting their bitterness, jealousy, and negativity determine how you feel about yourself. You are not responsible for their demons, just as they are not responsible for yours. You are responsible for your own peace, your own growth, and your own happiness. And that means you need to protect your energy from the demons and people who try to drag you into their darkness. There will always be people who try to hold you back, who try to tear you down, who try to make you doubt your worth. But you don't have to engage with them. You don't have to give them your energy. You don't owe them anything. You are not here to save them. You are here to save yourself, to rise above. to step into your greatness. Don't let anyone, no matter who they are, bring you down to their level. Recognize the demons and people for what they are and choose not to let them have power over you. Choose to walk away, to protect your peace, and to stay focused on your own path. The demons and people may try to pull you down, but you don't have to go with them. You are stronger than their negativity. You are more powerful than their judgment. You are destined for greatness. And no demon, no matter how hard they try, can ever take that away from you. Focus on your own peace. In this chaotic world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise, to let the opinions of others, the stress of life, and the weight of your responsibility steal your peace. But here's the truth. You can't control everything around you. You can't control how others treat you, what happens in the world, or even the challenges that come your way. What you can control is your own peace. And the moment you realize that, everything changes. We all face obstacles, setbacks, and struggles. Life is filled with challenges that can shake us to our core. But amidst all that chaos, there's one thing you have the power to protect, and that's your peace. When you focus on your peace, you stop letting external factors dictate your internal state. You stop letting people's negativity, the drama in your life, or the endless stream of bad news rob you of your joy and serenity. Because the minute someone robs you of your joy and serenity, too often we let the demands of others, the expectations placed on us, and the constant pull of the outside world dictate how we feel. We get caught up in trying to please others, to meet their expectations, to live up to their standards. But in doing so, we lose sight of what truly matters, our own peace. We start living for everyone else, and in the process, we neglect ourselves. We forget that our well-being, our happiness, and our inner calm should be our top priority. But here's the thing. You don't owe anyone your peace. You don't have to sacrifice your serenity to make others feel comfortable. You don't have to compromise your peace just to fit in, to meet someone else's demands, or to avoid conflict. Your peace is your birthright, and it's not something you should ever give away for anyone or anything. The moment you start focusing on your own peace, you begin to reclaim your power. You start to see that no matter what's happening around you, you have the ability to stay grounded, to stay calm, and to stay centered. This doesn't mean that life will be perfect. It doesn't mean that challenges won't come your way. It doesn't mean that you won't face difficult people, stressful situations, or moments of doubt. But when you focus on your own peace, you start to handle these challenges with grace and strength. You stop letting the chaos of life control your emotions. Instead, you take charge of how you react to everything around you. You learn to let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can, your own peace. The world will try to pull you in a million different directions. People will try to make you feel responsible for their problems, their emotions, and their drama. But you don't have to take it on. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to get caught up in the negativity that surrounds you. When you focus on your own peace, you begin to let go of the things that no longer serve you. The toxic relationships, the unnecessary stress, the constant need for approval. You stop letting other people's chaos become your own. Focusing on your own peace means setting boundaries. It means saying no to things that drain you, to people who take from you without giving anything in return. It means standing up for yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. It means protecting your time, your energy, and your well-being. You have the right to prioritize your peace. You have the right to put yourself first, to choose what's best for your mental, emotional, and physical health. There will always be people who try to disturb your peace. There will always be challenges that threaten to throw you off balance. But when you focus on your peace, you become stronger. You become more resilient. You develop a sense of inner calm that no external force can shake. You learn to stay grounded in the midst of the storm, to remain centered when everything around you is in chaos. Your peace becomes your anchor, and nothing can take that away from you. When you choose peace, you choose a life of clarity and strength. You stop reacting to the chaos around you, and instead you start to respond from a place of calm and wisdom. You stop letting other people's emotions dictate how you feel. You stop letting external circumstances control your mindset. You stop giving your energy away to things and people that drain you. Your peace is yours to protect. And here's something important. Your peace doesn't mean avoiding conflict. It doesn't mean running away from the difficult conversations or challenges in life. It means facing those challenges with a sense of calm and composure. It means approaching difficult situations with the understanding that you can control how you react, how you show up, and how you handle the adversity in your life. You don't need to fight every battle, argue with every person, or try to change everything around you. You just need to focus on keeping your inner peace intact, no matter what happens. You also have to remember that not everyone will understand your decision to focus on your peace. Some people may criticize you for setting boundaries, for saying no, for choosing to protect your time and energy, but that's okay. You don't need anyone's approval to protect your peace. Your peace is yours, and it's your responsibility to preserve it. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for choosing peace over chaos, for choosing stillness over drama, for choosing happiness over stress. As you continue to focus on your peace, you'll notice a shift in your life. You'll find that you have more energy, more clarity, and more joy. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed by the world around you, and you'll start feeling more in control. You'll realize that when you focus on your peace, you become more powerful. You become more aligned with your purpose. You start to show up as the best version of yourself because you are no longer distracted by the noise of the world. You are centered, you are grounded, and you are at peace. So take a deep breath. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. Stop giving away your peace. Protect it, prioritize it, focus on it, and watch how everything in your life begins to fall into place. Because when you focus on your own peace, you unlock the power to live a life of clarity, strength, and true happiness. You matter, period. This isn't just a nice thing to say, it's the truth. It's the core of who you are, the foundation that you stand on, and the reason why you should never let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. You matter not because of what you've done or who you know or how much you've achieved, but simply because you exist. Your life is valuable, your presence is important, and your worth cannot be measured by external circumstances or the opinions of others. So often we get caught up in the world's definition of success, in the approval of others, and in the comparison game. We look to the outside world to validate our worth. We seek recognition, accolades, and applause to feel like we matter. But the truth is, your worth is not determined by these fleeting things. You matter because you are unique, because you are here, and because your life is irreplaceable. There is no one else like you. And that in itself makes you significant. You may have days when you feel invisible, when it seems like no one notices you or appreciates what you do. You may have moments when you question your worth, when it feels like you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not worthy of love. But in those moments, remember this: you matter, period. The world may not always see you the way you see yourself, but that doesn't change the truth of who you are. Your worth isn't up for debate. It's already been established by the simple fact that you are here, that you are breathing, and that you are capable of creating your own path. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that our value is tied to the things we accomplish or the way others perceive us. We get so caught up in achieving goals, reaching milestones, and meeting expectations that we forget to pause and recognize the value we already carry within us. But you don't have to prove anything to anyone to prove that you matter. You don't need to meet someone else's standards, achieve their dreams, or live up to their expectations. You matter just as you are in this moment, with everything you've been through, with all of your imperfections, and with all of your unique qualities. There's power in recognizing that you matter. It shifts your mindset. It changes how you carry yourself, and it impacts how you interact with the world. When you truly believe that you matter, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop measuring your worth by their standards. You stop letting their opinions or judgments define who you are. Instead, you start to live for yourself. You start to make decisions based on what is best for you, not based on what others think you should do or who they think you should be. You begin to honor your own needs desires, and dreams. Knowing that you are worthy of everything you've ever wanted. You matter not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Your kindness, your compassion, your intelligence, your resilience. These are the things that make you special. These are the things that the world needs. You have a unique perspective, a story to tell, and a gift to share with the world. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, convince you that you are anything less than extraordinary. Your life has purpose and your existence is significant. In the midst of life's challenges, it's easy to lose sight of your worth. You may face obstacles that make you question your value, or you may encounter people who try to diminish your life. But remember this, their opinions do not determine your worth. You are not defined by your failures, your mistakes, or the setbacks you've encountered. You are defined by your ability to rise again, to keep going, to keep moving forward, and to believe in yourself despite the circumstances. You matter because you choose to keep fighting, to keep showing up, and to keep striving for the life you want to create. There's also something important to recognize. You don't have to be perfect to matter. Perfection doesn't exist. We all have flaws, mistakes, and areas in which we need to grow. But those imperfections don't make us less valuable. In fact, they make us human. They remind us that we are all on a journey, learning, evolving, and growing. And through that journey, we matter. Through our struggles and our triumphs, through our failures and our successes, we matter. So the fact that you are doing your best, showing up every day, and striving to be the best version of yourself makes you significant no matter where you are in life. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned, when life doesn't unfold the way you imagined. But in those moments, remember, you are enough. You matter right now, exactly as you are. Your value isn't tied to outcomes. It's tied to your intrinsic worth as a person. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to meet anyone's expectations. You don't have to fit into anyone's mold. You are worthy of love, respect, and all the good things that life has to offer simply because you exist. The world can sometimes be a tough place. People may try to tear you down. Life may throw challenges your way, and you may face moments of doubt. But through it all, remember that you matter. You are important, and your existence has purpose. The struggles you face don't diminish your value. They only add to your strength. You are here for a reason, and no one can take that away from you. So, no matter where you are in life, no matter what you've been through, no matter how much you doubt yourself, always remember this: you matter, period. You matter because of who you are, because of the love you give, because of the difference you make, and because you are alive. Your presence in this world is not an accident. You have a purpose, and your life is worth living. Never forget that you matter, and never let anyone, including yourself, make you feel otherwise. Stop apologizing for who you are. Too many of us have been taught that in order to be accepted, to be loved, to fit in, we have to apologize for our uniqueness, for our strengths, for our flaws, for the things that make us who we are. We shrink ourselves, we dim our light, we hold back parts of ourselves to make others comfortable. But here's the truth. You don't owe anyone an apology for being yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your existence, for your feelings, or for the path that you're walking. You are who you are, and that is enough. We live in a world where it's easy to get lost in comparison. We look at the lives of others and wonder if we measure up, if we're doing enough, if we're living the right way. We start to believe that we're not good enough, that we have to change ourselves to fit someone else's ideal. We apologize for our quirks, our dreams, our ambitions, and the things that make us different from the crowd. But in doing so, we deny our true selves. We deny our authenticity. We deny the very things that make us special. And that's a tragedy. The truth is, there is no one else like you in this world. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. No one else has your story, your perspective, your talents, or your heart. You bring something unique to this world that no one else can. So why apologize for that? Why apologize for being you, for walking your own path, for living life in a way that feels true to you? The world needs your authenticity. The world needs your truth. When you apologize for who you are, you deny the very gift that you are to this world. There's a common misconception that we need to be perfect, that we need to meet certain standards in order to be worthy of acceptance or love. We look at the highlight reels of other people's lives on social media and believe that we have to live up to that image, that we have to be flawless, have it all together, and be what others expect us to be. But perfection doesn't exist. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has challenges. Everyone has moments of doubt. No one has it all figured out, and that's okay. In fact, that's beautiful. Your imperfections are part of who you are. They make you human, and they make you relatable. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and respect. You are worthy just as you are. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you give yourself permission to live authentically. You give yourself permission to pursue your dreams, to follow your heart, and to stand in your truth. You stop hiding behind masks, behind facades, behind the version of yourself that you think the world wants to see. You start showing up as the real you. And when you do, something amazing happens. You begin to attract the people, opportunities, and experiences that align with who you truly are, not who you think you should be. You begin to live a life that's authentic, that's fulfilling, and that's yours. You also give others permission to do the same. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you lead by example. You show others that it's okay to be themselves, to embrace their flaws, to stand tall in their uniqueness. You create space for others to stop hiding, stop apologizing, and stop shrinking themselves to fit into someone else's mold. The world needs more people who are unapologetically themselves, who are confident in their worth and their value. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you contribute to that change. You become part of a movement that encourages people to embrace their true selves, no matter what anyone else thinks. But I know it's not always easy. Society puts so much pressure on us to fit in, to conform, to meet certain expectations. We're taught from an early age to please others, to follow the rules, to make everyone happy. And when we don't, we feel like we failed. We feel like we're not enough. But here's the reality. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to live your life in a way that feels true to you. And when you live authentically, when you stop apologizing for who you are, you find freedom, you find peace. You find the courage to be yourself, regardless of what others think or say. The world is full of people who will try to tell you who you should be, how you should act, and what you should do. But remember, you don't have to follow anyone else's script. You don't have to live by someone else's standards. You don't have to apologize for not fitting into their box. You are your own person, and that's something to be celebrated. Embrace your individuality. Embrace your quirks, embrace your story, embrace the things that make you unique. Because those are the things that make you powerful. Those are the things that make you stand out. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you start to live a life that is true to your heart. You stop chasing approval. You stop seeking validation. You stop trying to be someone else. And in doing so, you find a deep sense of peace. You find a sense of belonging that isn't based on fitting in with others, but on being true to yourself. You start to see that your worth is not based on external opinions or standards. You start to see that your worth is not based on external opinions or standards. Your worth is intrinsic. It's in your very being, and no one can take that away from you. So stop apologizing for who you are. Stop shrinking yourself to fit someone else's idea of what you should be. Stop hiding your light. Stop pretending to be someone you're not. Stand tall in your truth. Embrace your flaws. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are worthy of love, of respect, and of all the amazing things that life has to offer, exactly as you are. Don't let anyone, including yourself, make you feel otherwise. You are enough. You are powerful, and you are deserving of everything that is meant for you. You were meant to rise above. Life is filled with obstacles, challenges, and moments that test your strength. But hear me when I say this. You were not born to be defeated. You were not born to stay down, to be crushed by the weight of life's struggles. You were born to rise. no matter what comes your way. You have the power within you to rise above it. You have the strength, the resilience, and the determination to overcome anything that stands in your path. It's easy to look at life's challenges and feel like they're too much to handle. It's easy to get lost in the pain, to get overwhelmed by the obstacles, to feel like you're stuck in a situation that has no way out. But that's where your power lies. It's in those moments when everything seems impossible, when you feel like you can't go any further, that you are actually being shaped for something greater. Now, if you did not see value in this moment, you are being tested not to break you, but to build you. You are being prepared for a future that requires your strength, your wisdom, and your resilience. And no matter how heavy the burden may feel, you are meant to rise above it. There are going to be days when it feels like the world is against you. There will be days when you feel like you're drowning, when everything is falling apart, when nothing seems to go right. And in those moments, it's easy to question yourself. It's easy to wonder if you're strong enough, if you're capable enough, if you're worthy of the life you dream of. But in those moments, you need to remind yourself of who you are. You are someone who has already overcome so much. You are someone who has faced struggles, who has fought battles, and who has come out stronger every time. You have already risen above so many challenges. This is just another one for you to conquer. The beauty of life's struggles is that they don't define you. They don't determine your future. They may shape you, but they cannot break you unless you let them. Every challenge, every setback, every hardship is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to rise higher. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. The strength you need is already inside of you. It's been there all along, waiting for you to tap into it. You were meant for greatness, and the struggles you face are just stepping stones on your path to that greatness. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going the way you planned. It's easy to want to give up, to throw in the towel, to walk away. But that's not who you are. You are not someone who quits. You are someone who fights. You are someone who rises when everything tells you to fall. You are someone who refuses to let anything hold you down. The road to success, to happiness, to fulfillment is never easy, but you were meant to walk it. And as you walk that road, remember this: no matter how many times you stumble, no matter how many times you fall, you have the power to rise again. You are not defeated by your failures. You are defined by how many times you get back up. There is power in resilience. There is strength in persistence. Every time you rise above a challenge, you become stronger, wiser, more capable. Your victories may not always be loud or celebrated by others, but every time you rise above, you prove to yourself just how powerful you truly are. The process of rising above is not about never falling. It's about having the courage to rise every single time. It's about refusing to let life's challenges break your spirit. It's about continuing to move forward, no matter how difficult the journey may be. When you rise above, you inspire others to do the same. Your journey is not just about you. It's about showing others that they too can rise above their challenges. It's about giving them the strength to keep going when they feel like they can't. Your courage, your resilience, your ability to rise is a light that shines for others to see. You may not always know the impact you're making, but every time you rise above, you are setting an example for someone else to follow. You are showing them that they can rise too. The truth is, life is never going to be without challenges, but that doesn't mean you have to accept defeat. That doesn't mean you have to settle for less than what you deserve. You were meant to rise above. You were meant to be more than the circumstances you find yourself in. You were meant to be more than your past, more than your failures, more than the mistakes you've made. You are meant to create your own future. And that future starts with your decision to rise. No matter what you're facing right now, remember this: you are not alone. You are not the only one who has been through tough times, who has faced hardship, or who has struggled to find their way. We all face challenges. We all have moments when we feel like giving up. But it's in those moments that you need to dig deeper, that you need to find the strength to rise above. You have everything you need inside of you to overcome whatever comes your way. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't let the obstacles that are in front of you define your future. You are meant to rise above them. You are meant for greatness. So when life gets tough, when it feels like you can't take another step, remember this. You were meant to rise above. You were meant for more than the struggle. You were meant for more than the challenges. You were meant to rise. And as you rise, you will become the person you were always meant to be. The person who can conquer anything, who can achieve anything, and who can live a life filled with purpose and meaning. Keep rising because your best days are ahead of you. Your time is now. You've spent so many years waiting, watching, wondering when the right moment will come. But I need you to understand this truth. The right moment is not coming. It's already here. Right now, in this very moment, you have everything you need to begin. The time to act is not in the future. It's not in some far-off dream or distant hope. Your time is now. You've been waiting for the perfect opportunity, for the stars to align, for everything to fall into place. But life doesn't work like that. The perfect time to make your move, to take that leap, to follow your dream is not a moment that's going to magically appear. It's not something you have to wait for. It's something you create. You have the power to shape your future with the choices you make today. Always. There is no time like the present, and the present is where your future begins. Too many people spend their lives procrastinating, putting things off, waiting for some sign that it's time to go after what they really want. But the truth is, the sign is already here. You are the sign. You are the one who needs to take action. It doesn't matter how old you are, how much experience you have, or where you're starting from. What matters is that you make the decision to move forward now. This is your time. This is your moment. And if you don't take action now, you may look back later and wonder what could have been. The fear of failure often holds us back. We're afraid to try because we don't want to fall flat, to make mistakes, or to disappoint ourselves and others. But let me tell you something. Failure is not the end. Failure is simply the result of trying. And every time you try, you learn. Every time you fail, you grow. There is no failure in trying. The real failure is in not trying at all. Your time is now to step out of fear and into action. It's easy to look at other people who seem to have it all figured out, who seem to be ahead of you, who seem to be living the life you want, and feel like it's too late for you. But that's a lie. It's never too late for you. There are people who started their greatest achievements later in life, people who faced setbacks, hardships, and failures along the way, but they didn't give up, they kept going. And they made it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent or luck. The difference is that some people take action and others don't. Action is the key, and now is the time for you to take it. You may have doubts, you may have fears, you may have people telling you that you're not ready, that you're too young or too old, that you don't have the resources or the experience. But let me tell you this, those voices don't matter. What matters is your willingness to take the first step. The resources, the people, the opportunities will show up once you start moving. They always do. The universe doesn't work on your timeline. It works on your action. When you take that first step, you open up the floodgates to everything that you need to succeed. We all have dreams. We all have things we want to accomplish. But too many of us wait for the right moment, the perfect conditions, the best circumstances. And we wait and wait and wait. And then we look back years later and realize that we've let time slip away. We realize that we've been waiting for the wrong thing. We should have been waiting for ourselves. We should have been waiting for ourselves to be ready, to take action, to step into our purpose. But guess what? You are ready now. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back any longer. Don't let the past hold you back. Don't let what didn't work out, what you lost or what you missed out on in the past, stop you from moving forward. Your time is now, and it's not about your past. It's about what you choose to do today. The decisions you make now are what will shape your future. Your time is now to decide that you will no longer hold yourself back. You will no longer let excuses or fears dictate your life. It's time for you to move, to take action, and to make your dreams a reality. There's power in now. There's power in acting today, in doing something, even if it's small. Every step you take today brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Every action, every choice, every move is propelling you toward your goals. And as you move forward, you'll begin to see things fall into place. Opportunities will come your way. People will start to support you. Resources will appear, but none of that happens unless you take the first step. Your time is now to start moving. You've been through enough. You've experienced enough. You've learned enough. Now is the time for you to rise. Now is the time for you to claim what's yours. The world is waiting for you to step into your power, to step into your purpose, to do what you were meant to do. Your time is now to stop waiting, to stop second guessing, to stop holding back. Your time is now to go after your dreams with everything you've got. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? The time to act is now. Your time is now. There is no more waiting. There is no more hesitation. There is only action. This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to rise. Your time is now. And if you believe that, if you embrace that, you will move mountains. You will do things you never thought possible. Your time is now. So go. Make it count. So stop explaining. Stop apologizing. Stop shrinking yourself. The only person you need to explain yourself to is the one staring back at you in the mirror, and that person already knows. You are enough. You are worthy. You are deserving. Keep moving forward. Your time now. Let them talk. Let them question. Let them doubt. But you keep shining. You keep rising. You keep walking away from what doesn't serve you and toward everything that was always meant for you. Stop explaining yourself to demons and people. They don't deserve your energy. The world does. You do. Thank you.
Okay, y'all. So I'm about to get ready and get myself together so I can lay down and relax. I got to do do a few notes for my next live. That's what I'm doing now. But while the video was playing, I was looking at this other it's like an interview video, kind of like the one we had did about 2 lives ago. So yeah, I'm looking at that now just to see if it'll be actually worth taking notes and putting that type of time up in it. We'll probably do some reaction videos as well. And also I have to add in, y'all, I'll be watching those short movies. I think that's what they call them, short movies. They like little small 15-minute movies and stuff. So I was figuring maybe sometime we can have like a little movie night and probably watch maybe about 2 or 3 of those and just do a variety of things just to try to keep everything positive. I don't want nobody getting all spooked about certain content, and that's another reason why I want to change my title as well, my name to my channel. So a name change will be coming soon. I'm going to add that actually to maybe when we do the movie night, we can all just probably just throw some names out there up in the chat and we all can vote on it or something like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna change my name. I wanna definitely I am gonna still kind of do things, as far as with true crime. or whatever, but it's not gonna be, my channel is not gonna be completely based off of it, because that's exactly what it was always. It was always based off true crime. But now that I've been switching things up, and I'm starting to see things in a whole total different light, so yeah, I'm putting a lot of thought into what I'm actually bringing to y'all at this point. And I want to keep things as positive as possible as well, because we are just completely surrounded with so much negativity, and I want everybody to be able to feel free to come somewhere where they can just have a peace of mind. You don't have to worry about no trolls. I think my mods, they don't have to use their wrenches like that. If the ones that's been over here, I don't even think they ever had to really use their wrenches like that. But at the end of the day, I still need them. I love my mods. They've been here pretty much since I started. So let me see, is that it? Is that it? I believe that's it. That's on the top of my mind that I wanted to share with y'all. I believe that's it. LaConda said, yes, now it's very positive over here. Yes. I've it's always been that way, LaConda's, like always. You'll probably see me in some chats or whatever, but I ain't really saying too much, because I've been in situations like this before. Before I came over in this sector, I came from a different sector, and I just sat back and I watched how all the mess just started and everything, and I'm like, and I learned from a lot of other people make mistakes, so when it came down to all the stuff that's going on over here, it's not new to me, and I'm like, and I promised myself, I said, if I ever made a channel, it's gonna be based on positive people, positive energy, positive content, and I don't want folks to ever feel uncomfortable. I don't care who actually comes up in the chat, because we all going to give a warm welcome. They don't have to be your friends. You don't have to actually communicate with them. But anybody that comes in the chat, I still give them a warm welcome over here, no matter what. They come in and they speak and they probably leave. And that's fine with me, because, I just don't put up with the mess. You know what I mean? I do not put up with the mess. I've seen this stuff happen too many times in different sectors, and it really can become very, very messy. The smallest things can have you involved in something that you really can't get yourself up out of. Seriously. So by me seeing that and having those experiences up in other sectors, it's just like, I'm not doing that. That's why I don't play about anybody putting my name in any type of mess or anything, because no, I don't react to content creators. That I do not do. You back, Cancer? Yeah, I'm about to get up off of here in a minute. And let me see, I've been on here an hour. Yeah, I've been on here an hour. Yeah, LaConda, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. And I don't like my peace being tampered with. Like, don't tamper with my peace. I need my peace. I do. Seriously, I need all my energy. I don't have any extra energy to spare. Now, when I do put any energy out there, it's with y'all. It's with my supporters. It's when I go live. When I use my energy, I need my energy to be able to bring y'all content, to do research. I can't use that type of energy, that a lot of folks be using out here in these YouTube streets. I just cannot. My energy is reserved. It is reserved. I don't want no smoke. I listen to the smoke, but I don't want it. Trust and believe it. But I will give it if it came down to it. That's for sure. But, I don't get in and get myself involved in certain situations to where people feel like I will be any type of threat or be disrespectful towards anybody. Yeah, I just don't do that. I think that's about it, y'all. I know it was a lot of people live, and I had realized it, but I had went back when I started the video. I had went back and looked on my phone. I'm like, yeah, this about 4 lives going on. Like, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, that's where everybody at. But that's okay though, because I already know once the negative stuff is start getting sparked up or whatever, it's gonna be like that. This stuff gonna be going on probably for another couple of days. It is. Another couple of days. That's why when I start my lives, I pretty much don't waste no time. I just get straight to it. So that way when anybody get a chance, they can just come and watch the replay. Watch the replay. It still is a view. It's still a view. So that's fine with me. Because I just be wanting to get it out there that, get whatever I'm gonna show you all. I just want to get it on out there. And I be trying to get on out the way. Stay out the way. That's the best thing. Stay out the way, y'all. And just like that video said, protect your peace at all costs. Protect your peace. But let me get up out of here, y'all. I think y'all don't have anything else to say in the chat. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate you. I will be back. It won't be tonight because we did that 6-hour audio. Oh yeah, and we are gonna do part 2 of the of winter, the audio that we listened to earlier. We're gonna do part 2. It's 3 parts. Part 2 is 5 hours. So if y'all want to go back whenever y'all get a chance, and because the first one, the one we did earlier today, that thing was like 6 hours and like 45 minutes. All I know is I took about 2 naps. I woke up early, I started it, and then I think I started like about 12 p.m. early afternoon, and then it was over with right before about 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was over with, but I definitely took me a couple of naps in between. I'm like, baby. Then I found part 2. Part 2 is 5 hours, so that's not gonna be that bad. So I got to look for part 3, and then we're gonna finish it on up. But yes, y'all, but everything gonna be labeled, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all just make sure y'all have y'all notifications on all, and I will talk to everybody later. Y'all might see me up in these streets, but you're 9 out of 10, I'll probably be in somebody's bushes. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all.